So today we are going to talk about the Twitter account at the rate the sun vanished. The first tweet of this account was posted on 30th April 2018 and has since then been in the public eye and has got attention because of the amount of mystery and creepiness in the tweets. And people are also very much concerned about the handler of this account because of the amount of absurdity shown in the tweets. The first tweet of this account was help. And then it tweeted, "It's late in the morning and still dark outside. I can hear the tornado sirens in the next county over, but the weather radar is clear. Where is the sun?" The power keeps going out, and I keep hearing noises outside. Sometimes far away, sometimes close. I can't sleep. I think the noises outside are gunshots. It is still dark. The news said it would be back to normal by now, but it isn't. Now the news isn't even coming in. TV signal is gone. The noises keep happening outside, and I can barely keep track of time anymore. I am honest to God terrified. I am so tempted to go outside. Should I? To which 77% people said yes. I went outside, I saw something out there. I can't really explain, but I can show you. I looked for stars or planets as you all suggested. The sky was absolutely pitch black, could be because of clouds or something else. Still shaken from the short time I was outside, I don't know what that flashing light was, but it was following me. Day 3, still no sign of daylight, it is getting colder. A person just ran by on my street. Two of the same flashing lights I saw yesterday were following him. They were gone by the time I got my phone out to record. Sorry everyone, reception went out yesterday. I was worried it wouldn't come back on. No signs of activity outside. Come to think of it, it has been a while since I heard a gunshot. Something just flew over my house. Just compare the sound of this video to the sound of the helicopter footage I posted a few days ago. Whatever this was, it was definitely not a helicopter. Oh, thank God, one of my friend is still alive. He just texted me. So now Daniel is texting him asking, "Dude, please tell me you are still alive." "Yes, I'm alive. Where the hell have you been? Why did it take you this long to reach me after I called you like 40 times? I'm sorry, but my phone was dead and I just now was able to start charging it. You're still at your house, right?" "Yes." "Okay, good. I'm still a 2-day drive away, but I'm coming to you." I'm not really sure if that is a good idea or not. Why? What have you seen? Dude, you have no idea. Now we have another problem. This guy has been standing completely still with his back towards me. I have no idea how long he has been standing there. He then enlightens his friend about the situation, to which he replies, "Get away from the window, keep all the lights off, do not talk to them or let them in, and if you see any flashing lights, hide." Then later he says, "Whoever was standing outside is gone." To those of you asking, I am doing alright, hiding in my room and waiting this out, along with your video and a cuss word. A segment of the video will be played. I haven't heard any more knocking, but I don't want to get anywhere near the front door to check. And don't worry, I have a way to defend myself if worse comes to worse. If anyone knows anything about what is going on, please message me. 911 and other emergency lines are not responding, and the only radio I have is out in the car. So I'm trying to gather as much information online as I can. Another person is reaching out to him. "Hey brother, I am from British Columbia I don't know much, but I do know that you should never look into the red light ever. If you do, you become like the guy who was at your door. Another person has tweeted back to him the area where he lives and there's bright sunlight, and he replies, "To be completely honest, I have no idea how to explain this." Daniel has messaged him saying he has a good news and a bad news. Good news is he's closer to him, but bad news is he is out of fuel. There are no active gas stations anywhere close to me. All of the power is down, and all of the gas stations nearby are electric gas pumps. He is also 8 or 9 hours away, so he is pretty far. I'm really conflicted. Some of you guys say I should go, some of you say I should not. What should I do? To which 54% people said stay safe at home. Someone is screaming outside. I am really not sure about leaving now. And then there's a series of tweets which people have sent to him asking him a few questions. How are you avoiding detection? I'm just staying in the car. It's locked on and off at the moment. After I catch a few wings, I'm gonna try to take a look around. Alright, stay safe. Always, bud. You too. It's been really quiet today. I noticed it warmed up after that thing flew over my house last night. Don't worry about me, dude. I'll find a way to get to you eventually. I walked around for a couple hours and haven't seen any human or otherwise on the highway. I'm pretty sure I'll be safe here while I figure out what to do. Do you have any food and supplies? Yeah, I have enough, even if I'm stranded here for a while. Don't worry about me, worry about yourself. I'm really surprised the power has stayed on for this long. Only a few outages here and there. But I'm still extremely paranoid and that it will go out permanently anytime now. You all have been bringing up the solar lights outside. They actually aren't solar. I have them turned on a timer outside and I can't turn them off without leaving the house. I feel exhausted all the time now. I think my internal clock is completely screwed up. I can see a faint light outside my bedroom window, going downstairs to check it out. I cannot believe I am still alive. Daniel is asking him a question. What street did both of us live on when we were kids? Why? Answer the question. Then, in another message, he sends a photo and says, I was looking around and I just found this. No earthly idea what it means. It says something headlight. Sometimes I feel like I have a good handle on this whole situation. I'm thinking rationally and logically, but other times I feel like Day 9. Sorry about that tweet last night. What happened at the window got me a bit. Anyway, I'm currently in touch with a couple of people with some experience and some info what's going on. Details soon. Another person is messaging him. So, to give you some background, my name is Tucker. I live in Virginia. I was working a night shift when all of this shenanigans went down. Just about to clock out for the day when I realized that sun wasn't up like it was normally when I clocked out. I kind of shrugged it off at first, but after a few hours, I was getting really worried. I lived closely to a relatively large city, so you can imagine what I had to go through when the riot started. Long story short, when I was heading out of the town to get away from the mess, I met this guy named Flynn who was talking about these things that hunt people down. At this point, I didn't believe him, but I started to notice that the crowds and the traffic congestion on highways started slowly dissipating. Before you know it, the roads were completely empty, terrifying. Flynn and I started traveling together after that. We have been hiding dark places to hide, enough food and water to stay alive. We were doing pretty good for the first week. But then few days ago he came back inside after taking a leak and started losing it. Kept going on and on just talking nonsense. It went on for days and I was worried that all the stress from this situation got to him. But one day it all stopped. and he wouldn't speak, wouldn't even acknowledge me. He just stood like a statue for probably a full 12 hours. Then he attacked me out of nowhere. I tried and tried to keep him away, but he just wouldn't stop. I had to stop him. There was nothing else I could do. Anyway, I have been living on my own for the past couple of days. It has been tough, but thankfully I found an area with power and internet, which is why I can talk to you. While I have been trying to collect info online, I completely forgot to check in on Daniel yesterday. He still hasn't responded to any of my texts. I am hearing noises outside again. I swear to God, it sounds like someone is banging on my door, but there is no way in hell I'm going downstairs to check. It got in, I don't know how, but it got in, I am hiding. I'm sorry if I'm gone for a while. I have to stay hidden and keep my phone off. It produces light. I'm so sorry. It's finally gone. I think I'm safe now. I have no idea how, but the front door is unlocked and wide open. The alarm never came on either. I guess it got reset during one of the blackouts. Some good news for once. Daniel is back. Before you all ask, he seems to be in his right mind. I need to get serious about securing my house. It's primitive, I know, but it's first step and apparently more reliable than my alarm system. Let me know if you all have other ideas to keep my house secure. My windows don't have curtains. I'm gonna have to find a creative way to block out any lights coming from outside. In the next tweet, there's a picture in which there's a tin can hand on the doorknob, and he said it's getting colder again. Daniel has messaged him saying, I found a car with a decent amount of gas in the tank. All I need is a siphon. Don't worry, bud, I'll be there soon. I have a confession to make. I have been keeping something from you all. Over the course of last week, I have been increasingly paranoid about someone or something coming into my house while I'm asleep. I don't think it's one of those lights. It feels different. I can't explain it, but I can sense it. And last night, after I put cans on door handles, I have been waking up to clanging sounds, but I'm not certain if it's real or just my imagination. So now it's time to put my paranoia to the test. If the flower is disturbed, we will know. The person from British Columbia who messaged me earlier just sent me this, and if you increase the brightness, you'll see someone is standing behind the thing. I just had a nightmare about that picture. Just woke up to more screaming outside. The screaming isn't like last time, very sporadic. I can't tell where it is coming from. The flower is untouched. I keep trying to record the screaming when I hear it, but my microphone is not picking it up. I think the screaming is coming from the neighbor's house. And then he tweets about a screenshot of his and Daniel's chat. Just curious, what year did we graduate high school? He says, what? Never mind. And he quotes it, this has been on my mind lately. I know you all don't trust Daniel. I have been reading your tweets and messages, but I just can't bring myself to confront him. He's my friend. I don't have an abundance of those right now. The person who sent me the picture a few nights ago hasn't responded. The flower test hasn't worked yet. The reoccurring screaming outside. I am about to ready to snap. I am a couple of hours now. What's your address again? I can't believe I am doing this. Should I trust Daniel? To which 74% people said no and 26% people said yes. Then Daniel messages him, dude, where are you? I have been waiting. Answer my question, what year did we graduate high school? We don't have time for this. Answer my question. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not sure I should trust you. Likewise. I guess that's it then. Since you all won't stop DMing me about updates, here's update for you. I haven't slept since the screaming, ran out of bottled water days ago, been drinking from the faucet, very close to running out of food too, and I hope losing my only close friend will be worth it. Happy. I just woke up and came downstairs to this. Oh my god, and the flower which he had put seems disturbed. I don't know if it is Daniel, I don't know if it is someone else, but I don't plan on sticking around to find out. It's not safe here anymore. I'm packing up and leaving. It's been in the back of my mind for a while, but I'm heading out to the neighbor's house where I have been hearing the screaming. Wish me luck. I'm staying low and staying away from the street lights and other light sources, using my flashlight sparingly. And then he tweets the photo of the house and says, "This is where I heard the screaming, I'm sure of it." And then next he goes into that house.
Hello? Hello?
I found fresh food and water here, checked every room to be sure I'm alone. It's not just in my head, I know. I heard screaming. It was ongoing, and I'm glad I came to investigate because now I have food, water, and a safer place to stay. There have been no signs of activity outside whatsoever. I have been taking a break from the internet for a bit, trying to recuperate myself. My mind is much clearer now than it was before. I don't know what the catalyst was, but something changed when I left my home. Now he reaches out to another person at the rate the Mad Joy by his tweet saying, "What's going on? Please message me." I think I discovered something interesting. I need to do an experiment to make sure. Details soon. The glass of water is from my neighbor's house I have been staying at. The bottle is from my house about a week ago. Is it just me or the water from the house is darker? I feel terrible for what I did and said to Daniel. It's too quiet. I don't like this. I was walking past the coffee table and I noticed this sticking out from under a couple magazines. I'm gonna hang on to this. Remember, don't look into the light, don't move, they see motion, don't produce light, they will see. So, someone wrote a note. Makes me wonder if there's anything else around the house notes, papers, anything. I'm gonna check and poke around. Found nothing yet and still no response from Daniel or Tucker. I feel so isolated. It is sort of a sensitive subject. I don't have a family to contact, so you can all stop asking. Guys, Daniel is still alive. He just texted me. Listen, I know you don't trust me and I don't trust you, but if you are still you, you have to get low, get out of sight, whatever it takes. I've taken Daniel's advice, but I still haven't heard or seen anything yet. Still deadly quiet. Whatever flew over my house before is back, but this time it isn't leaving. This thing is making sounds I've never heard before. The vibration are shaking the house. I couldn't see anything out of the window, but I quickly snapped a few pictures just in case before taking cover. I can't believe what I'm looking for. It looks like a UFO. I just woke up to this. I just heard yelling, but this time it sounded like a person was in agony. It's just quiet now. The blue light is still here. The blue light finally disappeared and the thing flew off and left. Should I leave bathroom now or stay put for a little longer? To which 54% people said leave. I left the bathroom. I'm trying my best to stay as calm as I type this, but I think there is a dead body in the middle of the street. There's no way I'm going to take a picture of a dead body. This is too gruesome. I'm just going to try to avoid it. To take my mind off of what is outside, I dug deeper into the pile of books and papers scattered around the house. I found something intriguing. Blue lights appeared after day 6 in the dark. Light sources do not seem to attract the presence, unlike the entities producing white red flashing lights. The blue lights are higher in elevation and also seem to come from a different entity altogether. I believe the blue light may also be more likely to move in unison. However, there's no way to know for a certain until they return, if they return at all. I regret my decision to stay. It has gotten incredibly lonely. I have come to the terms with the fact that I may never see Martha or my grandkids again. I pray to God that they, at very least, are safer than I am. I have no real caution or regard for my own life anymore. I can only hope that what I gather from my near suicidal experiments can be useful to someone else at a later date. Now, the handwriting has changed and it has become very crazy. It finally happened. I was being reckless and I looked into the red light. I feel empty inside. And the sun is back. I am alive. Tucker tweeted, and the sun vanished. Retweeted. Get as low as you can, and if you see the blue light, do not let it shine on you. I'm so glad to hear it from you. Are you okay? Daniel texted me saying to stay low. Yeah, I'm doing okay considering what I have been through. Sorry I was gone so long. Power went out where I was, so I have relocated, trying to slowly work my way towards the west coast, so my reception is a bit spotty. I saw the picture you took with the thing in the sky. If you see one of those, again, get as low as you can, and if you see the blue light, do not let it shine on you. I'm so glad to hear it from you. Are you okay? Daniel texted me saying to stay low too. Yeah, I'm doing okay considering what I have been through. Why should I not let the blue light shine on me? What happened that makes you say that? Well, when I was out, I saw someone running away, and when the blue light shined on them, well, suffice to say, it wasn't pretty. The water from this house is dark now. Thankfully, I filled up my bottle with clean water, but I won't be able to stay out here much long after I run out. He felt sorry earlier for what he did to Daniel, so he texts him saying, Daniel, I'm sorry for what I did. Please respond. 20 hours later, still no response. Thankfully, there has been no activity to take note of. I'm worried about Tucker though. Guys, someone is at the window. It's too dark to make out anything. I just hear frantic knocking. They are still there at the window. I don't know what to do. The person is still standing at the window, but they aren't making any more noise. Oh god, never mind. They are banging on the window now. I think with their head. Been hiding for 20 hours now. I think they're gone. I need to check the house first. Where should I check? 60% said upstairs. I'm heading upstairs. The person has definitely been up here, and there's this weird big palm imprints on the wall, which seems like blood. They are still upstairs. Just snap this before getting out of there. You can see someone is standing over there. You can see legs in the picture. I don't think she's a threat anymore. I locked her in the room where she's standing. I woke up to the door busted open. Oh god, she's here, along with a video tweet. After the car horn, I heard a gunshot. Daniel's texting him. I found your Twitter. Is that you honking outside and the gunshot? He said yes. So we have the same problem as we had before. Can I trust you? At your 11th birthday party, I gave you a Batman Lego set. Is that good enough? Grab your stuff, let's go. I have enlightened you about all the tweets of this account. So now I'm going to talk about some of the conspiracy theories formed by the people about this account and what is happening around this account. So it seems like there's a place where the sun has not risen and weird things are happening to the citizens, and the main problem is the light. So people think that there is this alternate universe, and in that alternate universe the sun has not risen and all this situation has been taking place, and the only way they can contact us is through Twitter, because some people in the same place have sunlight whereas some don't. So people think this is definitely a alternate universe theory. Some people has gone as far as saying that the aliens have taken over on the alternate universe, and the government is also mixed in the whole thing, and you are not supposed to look into the red light, because once you look into the red light you become one of them, and then after that you see the sunlight as mentioned in the earlier photos. And people have also said that maybe it all of us have seen the red light and that is why we are able to see the sun, but the remaining people who has not seen the red light are stranded over there and are reaching out to us for help. So there are many conspiracies regarding the situation, and I want to know what you think about this whole situation. Is it a alternate universe theory, or is it that we already have seen the red light?